Okay, welcome to Western Gailes Golf Club, which is a true links course based on the west coast of Scotland between Troon and Irvine. Founded in 1897 by 4 Glasgow businessmen who wished to have a course on the coast to escape the rigours and the fog and smogs of Glasgow. It's a true test of golf. It very much features variation of winds, dunes, and a variety of weather which is almost exclusively better than in Glasgow itself. It's a short road journey down, some 30 minutes from Glasgow, but at the initiation of the club, the transport to the club was by the railway, and we used a precondition of membership of the club being at least 80 to 90% of the members being based in Glasgow, to lean on the railway line, the railway operators, to build a station for us next to the clubhouse. And that was the main means of transport to the club until the late 1960s. It's a two-directional course. The wind's either in your face or on your back. Maybe that's an exaggeration, but it starts off north, then goes due south, and then north again back into the clubhouse. A variety of champions have come from this club, mostly amateurs, and we've held a few prestigious tournaments, precursors to the Open Championship, and we used for Open qualifying. The club has many characters, and mostly professional businessmen from Glasgow who are the membership, which is limited to 375 people. Most members of the club are devoted and cherish membership of the club. And I consider myself very fortunate to be a member of this club, and was captain in 1995, 2 years before the centenary. Prince Andrew graced us with his presence at our centenary in 1997, and we had a super year, including a centenary match with Bernard Gallagher and Frank Rennie from the Pro from Prestwick, with Alan Thompson and Ian Carslow, and it was a memorable day. Characters in the club abound. My lifetime memory is the first time I played here on my own with a pal, having just joined. I was greeted at the door by Jimmy Fox, who was the caddy master, and I was unaware that he had this incredible photographic memory. I was terrified to learn when I had arrived, and he'd given me a new locker, that he was going to accompany me round the course. And that was the most memorable round of my whole life. Instead of asking and deciding which clubs to use, I was handed the club and told to hit this. At the 6th hole on that particular round, my pal, who had another caddy, fired a ball through the gap at the 6th into the dunes, and Jimmy was determined to find the ball. After about 10 minutes had gone by, the ball was not obvious, and although Jimmy was not my pal's caddy, he insisted in persisting looking for it. We eventually had to ask him to stop. To my considerable surprise, when we were in the showers 3 hours later, there was a great knocking at the door of my pal, and here it was Jimmy saying, "There's your ball, sir." He had gone back out on the course and made sure that he had found it. A memorable character. What else will we say about the club? It's a gentleman's club. There are no lady members, but ladies are most welcome to play on particular days, and they're made most welcome. They have their own locker room, and I don't think any lady who's played here has not enjoyed the experience. We have ladies' teas, and it is a very difficult golf course for ladies, as there are quite long carries off the tees. But we did have the Curtis Cup here, I think in 1975, if my memory escapes me, and the highlight of that was Laura Ball, a very pretty lady golfer. It still has a number of admirers in the club. We play golf here all year round. even midwinter when there's snow on the moor coming over from Glasgow, we still manage to make the track down, and there's nothing finer than having 12 or 18 quick holes in a slightly shortened course and coming in with roaring fire and having whiskey mac and then followed by a large lunch. And thankfully there's one person nominated driver and 3 very happy people. More about the course, I could go on and on about it.
Any particular signature holes that you have?
Oh yes, yeah. Well there are, most people, we don't call them signature holes, but the holes which people tend to remember most would be the 6th and 7th. The 6th, a spectacular par 5, where you play through a gap and then have to circumnavigate or go around a corner to a green which is a bank in the middle of it, and it's a most enjoyable hole. And I think the most memorable hole in the whole course is the 7th, which is the first par 3, which is about 195 yards off the back, from an elevated tee down to a bowl where there are, let me think, 1, 2, 4 bunkers around the green, 5 bunkers around the green, Buckthorn on the right, and standing on the tee you have the whole expanse of the Firth of Clyde on your right. A very testing hole, and in fact most people who have played it the first time will always remember that as the most memorable, the 6th and 7th strung together. We don't call them signature holes, but they are spectacular. The club, the staff in the club are all extremely friendly, and visitors are made most welcome. They're allowed to enjoy all parts of the course, and particularly, I should say, all parts of the club. And I've had many occasions when people were unaware that I was a member of Western Gailes, and I've spoken of it in hallowed tones. So we go out of our way to make ourselves very friendly. We have a wonderful caddy master, George. We have Henry, who's a super starter. We've now got a new club secretary, Mr. Jerry Kessel, who's Air Commodore, who retired from the Air Force. Wonderful chap now, and we really are, we have very few faults. We're always trying to improve things. There are always minor fiddlings with the course. We're always trying to improve the clubhouse a little bit, but we've just about exhausted that. We have a very handsome dining room with wonderful views over the Firth of Clyde to the island of Arran, and nothing finer than sitting in there having lunch on a sparkling summer's day with the wind, the sun dancing on the waves. It's spectacular. Remember, we were, when I was in the chair at captain of the club, Loch Lomond Golf Club were chasing us to form a relationship with them, and we had many days when they came here, we went there. And I well remember an interior designer from California, a very wealthy man, who we had in the dining room, and he was simply agog at the views that we had. I reckon it was one of the most handsome dining rooms on a golf course ever. So I don't think there's much more I can say about our club. We'd love to have you come and see us, play with us. You've been made most welcome, and I look forward perhaps to seeing you at our club. Thank you.
So George, what advice can you give me as a kind of average visitor coming in and to your club?
Keep it straight, you don't need to hit drive at every hole.
Okay.
Well, this is Jackie, who's been serving the members for a year.
Yep.
And we're very fond of her. And you can see why.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just for the record on the camera, this one is dug into the sand.
Okay, right.
I need a short break and you're up next.
Well done. Unfortunately, okay. Good lad. Oh, well done, well done. Sounded good.